Ferrari finds itself in uncharted waters following preseason testing in Bahrain. The Maranello-based team appears to have more performance up its sleeve than initially anticipated, raising suspicions among rivals. Reports from Red Bull and McLaren suggest that Ferrari may have concealed the true potential of its SF25 more than others. With this in mind, could we see a significantly improved Ferrari in Melbourne compared to its Bahrain performance? While Ferrari's preseason test could have gone better, the team remains satisfied with the car's performance. The fact that they demonstrated only what was necessary indicates they have a deeper understanding of the car than they let on. This is a primary concern for McLaren, which openly stated that they do not fully trust Ferrari's Bahrain data. Looking at the statements from team principal Frederic Vasseur, it's easy to see why Ferrari's rivals remain skeptical. Vasseur emphasized that the team did not go to Bahrain to showcase performance, but to validate whether the simulator data aligned with real-world track results. The fact that these results were positive suggests the SF25's design concept is functioning as intended. Bahrain is a rear-limited circuit, which does not particularly suit Ferrari's latest design concept. Despite this, Ferrari's performance was solid, implying there could be much more potential in the car. The SF25 underwent significant development over the winter, particularly with changes to its suspension. Ferrari has stated that this opened new avenues for development, marking a critical step forward after years of needing differentiation. When asked whether Ferrari is in contention for victory in Melbourne, Vasseur remained cautious, stating, "It's too early to say." The extreme conditions in Bahrain made it difficult to get a clear picture of the situation. Additionally, fuel levels and other variables make direct comparisons challenging. However, not everyone at Ferrari shares the same level of optimism. Charles Leclerc, for example, has expressed concerns about the car's stability. He noted that the final 2 days of testing highlighted some inconsistencies, reinforcing his cautious approach to the new season. He further stated, "I'd rather wait before making bold claims about our pace. We'll only truly see where we stand in Melbourne, where conditions will allow us to extract the best from the car." Ferrari's confidence in scoring big points in Melbourne is not just based on its driver's abilities, but also on the nature of the track itself. Unlike Bahrain, which is rear-limited, the Melbourne circuit is much more front-limited. This plays into Ferrari's strengths, particularly with its new front pull rod suspension. The SF25's mechanics should be better suited to these types of circuits, providing an edge over competitors. Beyond performance, Ferrari is also focusing on broadening the car's operating window. This would allow the car to perform more consistently across different track conditions and scenarios. A key component of this effort is the newly designed rear wing, which features a more pronounced spoon shape and is expected to be effective on medium-load circuits throughout the season. A major talking point for Ferrari this season is the arrival of Lewis Hamilton. After a tumultuous final stint at Mercedes, Hamilton now finds himself in a car capable of winning races and competing for the championship. However, he faces a tough challenge from his new teammate, Charles Leclerc, who is equally determined to claim what he believes is rightfully his, a championship title. Managing two highly competitive drivers will be a challenge for Vasseur. Yet rather than shying away from the task, he has embraced it. When asked about handling the dynamic between Hamilton and Leclerc, Vasseur stated, "I would much rather have drivers fighting at the front than at the back of the grid." Whether this approach remains sustainable throughout the season remains to be seen. Internal battles can sometimes lead to tensions that affect a team's overall performance. But for now, Ferrari appears confident, determined, and unwilling to hold back. With Melbourne just around the corner, all eyes will be on Ferrari to see if their hidden potential truly translates into a championship contending car. Ferrari has been hard at work in Maranello, conducting a 3-day simulator session to fine-tune the SF25's behavior ahead of the Melbourne Grand Prix. Their goal is loud and clear: win from day one and never look back. Optimism is building within the team, and it's easy to understand why. The drivers and engineers are eager to prove to the Tifosi that this is finally their year, without any obstacles standing in their way. Initially, it was expected that Charles Leclerc would assume the role of team leader, given his experience with Ferrari. However, Lewis Hamilton's adaptation to the team has been smoother than anyone anticipated, making him the focal point ahead of the Melbourne season opener. Any concerns about performance deficits during Ferrari's TPC, testing of previous cars, have been put to rest, and the margins between Leclerc and Hamilton are expected to be incredibly fine in Australia. What's particularly intriguing is that Hamilton's feedback has been more positive than Leclerc's, suggesting a seamless transition into the Ferrari ecosystem. When asked about his experience with the SF25 so far, Hamilton shared his thoughts. It's still early to say, but I'm really enjoying this car. We're slowly building a connection. Right now, we're testing different aspects, so I'm not making setup changes or directing where I want the car to go. We're just working through the process. I've been learning more about my interaction with my engineer, and so far it's been a great experience. The car behaves differently than what I'm used to, but that's part of the fun. There's still room for improvement, but overall, today was a positive step forward. While Ferrari's preparations are going smoothly, there's growing controversy regarding their rear wing design. Red Bull's technical director, Pierre Wache, has raised concerns, suggesting that Ferrari's rear wing could be a problem throughout the season unless the FIA intervenes. In response, the governing body has already taken action.